the glory of the Conqueror, my lord!
In one of the most savage and unexpected assaults in recent WWE history, the powerhouse duo of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker launched a calculated, unrelenting attack against none other than the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. The WWE Universe stood in utter disbelief as two of WWE's fastest-rising superstars laid waste to one of the most dominant forces the company has ever seen. This wasn't just a simple ambush. This was a statement, a violent, unapologetic declaration that the next generation of monsters is here, and they're coming for the throne. The setting, a night meant for glory, turns into chaos. It all happened on an electrifying episode of WWE Raw, which had already been buzzing with speculation. Rumors had been swirling that Brock Lesnar would appear to address his recent absence from WWE programming and issue an open challenge heading into the next major premium live event. Fans were eager to hear from the Beast himself, many hoping for a classic Lesnar confrontation, a new rivalry, or perhaps even an announcement of retirement. But nobody could have predicted what was about to unfold. As Lesnar made his way to the ring, swagger in his step, the crowd on its feet chanting his name, he looked every bit the dominant force he's always been. With over 2 decades of carnage behind him, Lesnar had nothing to prove. Or so it seemed. Enter the monsters, Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Arrive just moments into his promo, Lesnar was interrupted by the thunderous entrance of Bronson Reed, the Australian powerhouse who has been making waves with his brute strength and no-nonsense style. But before the crowd could even digest that surprise, Bron Breakker's music hit, and the arena erupted. Breakker, second-generation superstar, son of Rick Steiner, and a former NXT champion, had recently been called up to the main roster and had been making an impression with his explosive athleticism and explosive aggression. His arrival alongside Reed sent a clear message. This wasn't a coincidence. This was a planned assault. Lesnar smirked at first, unbothered by their presence. But that smirk quickly faded. The attack begins. The Beast meets the ambush. Without hesitation, Reed and Breakker charged the ring like 2 freight trains. Lesnar, always ready for a fight, threw the first punch. But the numbers game quickly overwhelmed even a man as dominant as the Beast. Bronson Reed rammed Lesnar into the turnbuckle with a massive body avalanche, shaking the entire ring on impact. As Lesnar tried to recover, Breakker hit a vicious spear that folded Lesnar in half. The crowd was in shock. Chants of "Holy s..." echoed throughout the arena. Lesnar rolled to the outside, only for Reed to follow, lifting the 285-pound Beast onto his shoulders and power-slamming him through the announce table. A spot that left commentators speechless and security scrambling. Breakker, with intensity in his eyes, stood over Lesnar and shouted, "Your time is up, old man," a direct challenge to the legacy Brock has spent years building. A beaten Beast, Lesnar down like never before. Very few moments in WWE history have captured Lesnar being dominated so thoroughly. For over 2 decades, he has been the measuring stick for brutality, ending The Undertaker's streak, decimating John Cena in minutes, and making short work of countless top-tier athletes. But tonight, the mighty had fallen. Lesnar lay amidst the wreckage of the announce desk, clutching his ribs, blood trickling from his mouth. It was a visual that nobody could have anticipated. Medical personnel rushed to the scene as Reed and Breakker made their exit, not with laughter or mockery, but with calculated coldness. They didn't come for heat. They came for respect, and they came to send a message. The future of WWE's heavyweight division is now. The why. What drove Reed and Breakker to target Lesnar. While the attack shocked viewers, closer analysis suggests this wasn't random. Both Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker have long expressed frustration about being overlooked, despite their obvious talent and potential. Bronson Reed, once a standout in NXT and former North American champion, has struggled to get consistent opportunities on the main roster. He's seen legends and part-timers return to the spotlight, while younger stars wait endlessly for a push. Taking out Lesnar, the ultimate part-time legend, sends a loud and clear message. Make room for the new generation. Bron Breakker, with his pedigree and explosiveness, is seen as a future WrestleMania main eventer. But instead of waiting for his chance, Breakker seems determined to seize it. Attacking Brock Lesnar is not only bold, it's the kind of career-defining move that cements a rising star's place in the main event picture. This ambush was both strategic and symbolic. Reed and Breakker are not just here to fight, they're here to conquer. The fallout. WWE Universe React's social media lit up immediately following the attack. Hashtags like #LesnarDown, #Bronson Breakker Era, and #WWE Uprising trended within minutes. Fans were divided. Some hailed the ambush as the dawn of a new, much-needed era of heavyweight wrestling in WWE, finally pushing younger, fresher talent into the spotlight. Others expressed outrage at the disrespect shown to Lesnar, calling it a cowardly attack on a man who has carried WWE's main event scene for years. Backstage sources report that Lesnar was legitimately banged up, but expected to recover in time for the next major event, leading many to believe that a Lesnar versus Breakker, or Lesnar versus Reed feud is now in the works. Or perhaps both. The implications. Are we witnessing a new alliance? One question now on everyone's mind. Is this a new alliance between Reed and Breakker? Or was it a one-time act of opportunity? While both men share a similar approach, physical, intense, and no patience for politics, they've never been associated before. However, their chemistry in the ring and synchronized execution suggests a plan far deeper than coincidence. Could this be the formation of a new monster faction? Could WWE be building the next great alliance of unstoppable forces to rival past duos like the Brothers of Destruction or The Shield? If so, and if Lesnar becomes their first conquest, there's no telling who could stop them. Conclusion. The Beast has been wounded, and the game has changed. Brock Lesnar has faced many challenges throughout his career. But what happened tonight wasn't just a beatdown. It was a changing of the guard. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker have made their intentions crystal clear. They are here to dominate, not wait. By targeting the Beast, they've put themselves directly in the path of danger, but also into the conversation of who owns the future of WWE. Lesnar will likely respond, and when he does, expect carnage. But one thing's for sure, the world saw two rising monsters today, and the power structure in WWE may never be the same again. The Beast has been hunted, and the hunt has just begun.